This December, my boyfriend and I have been invited to go to Budapest by our Hungarian friends who live in Budapest, and we work with them on the boats in the summertime. And of course, we could not say no to this because December is the most magical time in Budapest, filled with mulled wine, Christmas lights, and so on. So let's go and explore Budapest. We were lucky enough to stay with our friends and were cooked a traditional home-cooked lunch every day. I loved the goulash soup and crispy langos with cheese and sour cream. We took the bus into town and casually saw the Christmas trees being sold on the street. Very festive. We got off in the old town where the architecture is simply stunning. The most iconic building is the Párizsi Udvar Hotel, an Art Nouveau hotel reminiscent of the 1920s Parisian galleries. It is crowned by a magnificent crystal central dome. You don't have to wait in line at the cafe, but you can enter through the hotel side. Nearby you can see the giant moon at Lumiere Hall and grab a delicious vegan cookie on your way. We walked further into town towards our first Christmas market. As soon as we saw the free train, we knew we had to go for a ride. Being from Belgium, I'm used to Christmas markets. However, the food on these Hungarian markets was next level. Some classics are the stuffed cabbage leaves, pork shanks, giant sausages, of course the goulash, which for the tourists they will serve in a loaf of bread. The mulled wine we got was massive and really strong. The langos, of course, and so much more. These sausages in a thick crepe really intrigued me as well. From here we walked through Fashion Street towards the metro station. The metro opened in 1896, making it the world's second oldest electrified underground railway after the one in London. With the BKK app, you can scan and go, which is how we made it to the Hero Square along one of the most beautiful metro lines I've ever seen. Hero Square is surrounded by some interesting museums and many international embassies as well, but we walked in the direction of the Vajdahunyad castle. My friends will definitely scold me for the pronunciation of that one. Here they were setting up another Christmas market next to the ice skating rink, but we were on the hunt for the many mini statues around the city. Eventually we found the little Dracula before walking through the castle grounds. These are not really original buildings. They were built quite recently to showcase Hungary's history through replicas of the nation's most iconic buildings. From here it is only a short walk to the famous thermal baths. The smell of sulfur as we arrived was pungent. This is the largest medicinal bath in Europe. We took a glimpse inside to admire the architecture. On the weekend, you can attend a party here, but other than that, I have read mixed reviews. My friends recommend the Rudas spa instead. We then headed back into town. From the beautiful train station, we walked towards the river banks picking up some big beers along the road before going to the departure point of our unlimited Prosecco boat trip. Make sure to arrive here in time to get a good spot on top of the boat. Aside from Prosecco, they have some spritzers as well.
This is me after 1 liter beer and half a Prosecco.
Okay, but how many are you gonna drink?
I say it's 1 hour, 7.
7.
7.
Betty, how many Proseccos are you gonna drink?
8.
8, okay. This is my first Prosecco, and I'll go with 8 as well. Here we go, Prosecco number 1. Turns out that calling how many we would have would be our downfall. Going on a river cruise on the Danube River is by far the best way to see the gorgeous buildings lit up at night. The Parliament is the crown jewel for sure. However, on the opposite bank, the Buda Castle district looks amazing, lit up as well. A total of 15 bridges keep the Buda and the Pest side connected. The bridges are all so beautiful, and in my opinion, they make the city stand out even more. Safe to say that we ended up quite drunk before 7 p.m.
Which I'm not having. I said 7.
Oh, you're not even...
I'm
No,
absolutely fucked.
Manu is not having his 8.
No, I said 7.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Well, we are getting to 8. It may not have been our brightest idea to do an unlimited Prosecco tour before getting up at 4 a.m. to get a train to Prague. But here we are. You can see all about our weekend in Prague in the previous video. Once we were back in Budapest, it was time to visit the other side of the river. We took the bus from home to the castle district and made our way up. We have made it up the stairs. Even though we were with locals and they said there was the easiest route. It was still bad, but we made it. Inside of the walls, you can find the palace, which is being renovated currently, as well as the Matthias Church and the famous Fisherman Bastion. I was fooled. You can get up to the top with the bus. Boo. The Matthias Church is one of the oldest buildings in the city, and the last 2 kings of Hungary were crowned within its walls, Franz Joseph I and Charles IV. The Fisherman's Bastion is right next to it. We made our way through more Christmas stalls, and the Fisherman's Bastion is another stunning architectural landmark that offers breathtaking panoramic views of the city, although it was very misty the week that we were there. On our way down, we stopped at this cute cafe where we had these delicious coconut rum truffles. We saw 30,000-year-old footsteps and took in the views from the chain bridge. Once we arrived back in the old town, we passed through the Christmas stalls leading up to the St. Stephen's Basilica. They project a light show onto the facade during December. We also saw the stunning opera building and eventually ended up at an all-you-can-eat hot pot restaurant. It cost us 25 euros per person, including drinks and desserts. They also brought us warm snacks that we could try. I loved this shrimp one, and we ate steak and shrimp until we burst. During the day, you can educate yourself on the Holocaust in the Jewish Quarter, which has the largest synagogue in Europe. At night, the neighborhood turns into the best nightlife area of the city. There are many ruin bars, which are eclectic drinking spots built in abandoned buildings. Simplakert is the most famous one, but definitely overpriced. However, it is still worth having a look inside. We need to come back one weekend for the biggest nightclub in Europe, the Instant Fogas Complex. Our friend works at the axe throwing place in this area, which was fun to try out as well. On our final day, I wanted to pay a visit to the Central Market Hall. At this huge covered market, you can find so many local products. Here at the market you can find lots of souvenirs as well, but they sell them for twice or triple the price as they cost outside. So we are just gonna find a souvenir shop outside. If you see anything you like at the market, I think it's worth having a look at the Aldi downstairs, because maybe they sell things there for a fraction of the price. Next to the market is probably the most picturesque bridge with a super cute King Franz Josef mini statue. There are so many hidden throughout the city. And that is it. We then took a crowded bus back to the airport from the city hall. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see the Mexico videos coming up and lots more. And then I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!